DevOps workflow process. Yeah. So it means, for example, if you have an application where you have to develop your source code, check the submit it, and then start with the test very late in the phase, then that leads to very um, uh, many bugs, yeah, and then less consistency, for example, yeah. Instead, if you have to develop and then quickly analyze and have quickly feedback and immediate feedback, for example, and then once it's done, then you can submit the code and then trigger the test because it's mature, and then run it in the continuous integration and then generate the report. Yeah, that means that is a mature process that can be done in different level. As you can see here, you can go from level 0 to level 4. No analysis to fully automated and also to regression test, like you say. Yeah. So, and this can be illustrated here again. So means you can have is if you have new bug, for example, that can break your build for system, for example, and you could also have a dashboard that can show you a critical and high issue when it's resolved, yeah, in this workflow. And if you are using plugin for much more quick verification, you can see, for example, that is Visual Studio where I have my checker directly integrated, and I can see all my violation and then take action and then fix it very fast. Yeah, that is how this process can work. Yeah, so to illustrate it again is, for example, that I'm the developer, working on code. I want to make a quick analysis. Yeah, if thing doesn't work, it will reject. If then pass, then I will move to the next stage. Yeah. So assuming, for example, I have my Eclipse plugin, Polyspace integrated, I start developing my code, and now I want to launch Polyspace verification inside my Eclipse. Yeah, so the application is calling Polyspace as you code. Yeah, then I will for Polyspace as you code start first and to configure my application, and then I want to check if this is correct. Yeah, what I will do is I will go to Polyspace, configure the project first. Yeah, setting what I want to check, for example, then goes to the checker file. In the checker file, I have the list of type of defect, even security, normal checks, and so on. Then I just need to select it from here. And then once I have selected all the different security rules that I want, for example, yes, I will finish it. Yeah, then close it and then run it. As you can see from Eclipse, yeah, I don't want to go out of Eclipse. I can run Policy as you go from Eclipse. Yeah, the same as I did to the model. And then I will run it and then have the result here. As you can see, I have solved this security defect. Yeah, side. And if I click on security defect, you see I have the information regarding this security defect. And I also have a backtrace that can help me to identify where the root cause of the error is. Yeah. And if I still doesn't understand, I have this help button that can give me a quick description of the error and also some information how I can fix it. Yeah, I also have some example inside of it and also have the risk. That is how it's works. So it means you have a fully embedded and integrated plugin that helps you to quickly advance in your work. Yeah, that's what I will do. Yeah. And then knowing this, now I can take action and fix the error again. Yes, as you can see, very fast because I have all the information here, what I need to do it. Yeah. Then save it. Yeah. And then compile and then rerun the analysis again. As you can see, that is how I can get a very fast um, uh, and quick feedback for my verification. Yeah. Now you see I run it, I have fixed it, then I can move forward and fix the remaining defect again. And that would be the same process forward and down. Yeah. Okay. So means I have passed this phase, and this type of workflow, I can do it also even if I'm working at the smoothing level. Yeah. That means I can work the same example. As you can see, generate the code from the code verification. I can first configure it as I show you at the beginning. Yeah, make all configuration, checking for coding standard. In this time, instead of cybersecurity, I will take MISRA, for example, save everything, close, then run the verification. Yeah. And then once I run the verification, I'll have the monitoring, end of analysis. I will switch back to Simulink, then open the analysis result again. And then I will see that I have a lot of MISRA violation. As you can see, I have 12 MISRA violation. Yeah. What I can do is now, again, I can just click and then we jump at the position and then you can see which block is impacted. That's something we saw at the beginning of the presentation. Yeah. And also from the police space UI, you can see you also have this help that can help you to understand what the violation is and then to fix it. Okay, now I know it's from here. How to fix it? I see it's a clear design error from MATLAB Simulink. You know, we have also the model advisor. Then I will call the model advisor and then I will select everything related to MISRA so that it will make my design MISRA conform and MISRA ready before I generate the code. So now you see, I apply all the modeling standards related to MISRA. You see, I have one failed. Yeah, and that are all the suggestions that I received from the model advisor. I will modify everything, then rerun it again, as you can see. And then now you see every check are green and I have passed it. So it means I have a design that is MISRA ready. I can generate the code again. Yeah, relaunch the verification. Yeah. Okay, the verification is ongoing. Yeah. And once the verification is done, I will then reload the result. Yeah. You see now that I have moved from 12 MISRA violation to only 4 MISRA violation. Yeah, that is again also how I can quickly iteratively work and have the first feedback. So now we have seen, and again, that we can, at this, the developer from this DevOps, Simulink or Visual Studio, Eclipse, and so on, they can work with Polyspace integrated, fully integrated, and have it. But there are some developers who doesn't like to work this way, who want to work on the command line automatically. So from the command line, I can do the same. Yeah, if I'm using Git, and also I can synchronize with Polyspace, Git or GitLab, that is the same. Yes. And then I can access status. They have a file that have been modified. Then I can commit and then test it, as you can see here. Yeah. And then now, if everything is passed, then because Polyspace is also, Polyspace as you code, as you can see, is working in the background. And then I can make the change and then fix everything. Now it showed me where the error is. I will go in my editor, change the data type, and then apply the one that is recommended. Yeah. Add it, save it, make it commit. While I'm making the commit, I will start the test, the verification again. Yeah. Now you see in the result that everything has been fixed. Yeah. You see, you can use Polyspace in very, very different way. Yeah. And in your workflow. So now I have passed this one. So means at this stage, I have a mature and code, means I have fixed all very local bugs and all local errors. So now I can move forward in the post-submit workflow. In the post-submit workflow is then where I could automate everything. Yeah, and also build, for example, a pipeline. So I will move in the post-submit verification workflow. So in the post-submit verification workflow means we have the first quality gate, our code that is submitted in our version control system. Now from our version control system, we implement, for example, using Jira or Bamboos or Azure, for example, which will automatically trigger the analysis and rerun it. Yeah, and as you can see on the top, those are all the different continuous integration workflow and tool chain that you can use for it. Yeah, additional to it, even you can also use Azure or Amazon Web Services or Kubernetes. That's all are supported. Yeah, so now Building a pipeline is this way. You see, I have a pipeline with all the different stages defined. Yeah, I will run the analysis, publish the result, for example. Then assign new finding to a user and then send notification to the user if something went wrong during the pipeline. The user, on the other hand, will receive an email. And from this email, he know exactly where the error is, and they can just click on the hyperlink. And now I will introduce you a new policy-based tool. We are calling it policy-based access. It's a web-based interface for the analysis. You see, I will click on it and I will have my result list. Yeah, the list of the issues, the details about it, the contextual help, and also the source code. I mean, that is the web version of the policy-based UI. And from it, as you can see, I also have the event trace and all the different information I need to understand the root cause of the error. Yeah, that is what we call policy-based access. So now, when I fix it, I will move and then try now to publish the result once I have fixed everything, so that all the rest of the team, like manager, QA, and so on, can watch the result. And to watch the result, you have this dashboard. And in this dashboard, for example, you have the information about all the different results, coding standard, you have the trends, what have been done over the time, what is assigned to you, and so on. Like, for example, that is how it works. For example, I would pick one defect, for example, make a review, and also from here on, I can also link it to Jira, for example, to create a ticket, or I can make it out locally. Yeah, and then I can see which defect is assigned to me. I can then know just focus on my defect and then try to fix it. Yeah, from this workflow. Yeah, and that is how it's work. And also, and you see, for example, the example that I had before, I had this 12 missile violation. I ran it, I have 4, and then I have uploaded the result to the dashboard. And what I can also do is, for someone who will look the result as new, he can make a baseline comparison. You see that at the first run, we had 12, and then the new run, we have only 4 results. Yeah. And if he want to see more details, he can just jump in the detailed result and open it and then see the remaining one for. And from here on, he can again process to the review. Yeah. And from this web access, you can click and then put the link in the command line of MATLAB and then jump back again in the model at the place where this error occurred before. This is how you can automate the result, have annotation, go back to the user, and then see everything. You see, you have post-submit quality gate, you have annotation, you have the notification, the developer fix everything, review, submit the review issue again, and then the quality engineer, the quality team will look of the pipeline also for their notification, and then rework it and then submit the result to this dashboard, yeah, and so on. If anything, then we could, for example, use Redmine or Jira to send a new ticket to the developer to fix anything. As you see, you have a complete feedback, yeah, from the developer over the quality engineer, the team manager. You have a first version control system of your application. You have a more mature one here at this stage where you have the exhaustive analysis, and then at the end you have a database where all the result is shared, then so that everyone from overall in the world who belong to your company, where you can also give access, can visualize and then the result and then process the result to their need. Yeah, that is what we call a complete DevOps workflow. You see, you have local verification, you have pre-commit quality gate, you have submission, you have exhaustive analysis, you have post-submit quality gate, yeah, and you have final result publication at this stage, yeah. So means again, you doesn't need to work with generated report, work on static report on papers. Then that is just boring for a developer. That doesn't help him to understand very quick where the root cause analysis of the error is. But working this way with interactive dashboard, with interactive platform where you still have your code, you have the explanation of it, you can jump back either in the model or stay in the code, then that helps you to quickly advance and then effectively use your time to work effectively in the process. Yeah. So, and that's what I had for policy-based and static code analysis overview. I have, for the end, I have two motivation slides for you. We have things at the beginning of this month or middle of this month, we have introduced also a new tools that we call policy-based test. So it means at Masswork, we are not only have static code analysis, but we also have a dynamic analysis. In dynamic test means unit test, for example. And since we already have static code analysis, we have now an overall presentation of the result, which means we have a combined dashboard that show you, for example, as you can see at the bottom, you have the result of the static analysis on the left with bug finder, on the right with code prover. On top of that, you have the result of the unit test. You also have the information about the test coverage, and you have the overall result. As you can see, you have the static result, you have the dynamic result, what has been resolved, what is the remaining work. And you can also set quality objective. As I said at the beginning of my presentation, you can set indicators that let you know that you have achieved the desired quality of your application. Yeah. And not the last, you also have a representation of the different metrics on this dashboard. Yeah. So from now on, we have a very unified platform for static analysis. And if we take a look at the V model again, you see we have bug finder that can be applied. We have code prover that can be applied. We have the different plugins like this policy-based ISU code that is integrated either in Eclipse or in Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code, or you have it integrated in Simulink. Yes, we have with A here is the policy-based access, means that it's the web-based UI of policy-based to review the result interactively and then share across different teams. Yeah, and now we have with T, we have the policy-based test for dynamic analysis. Yeah. For more interest, just contact Özgür. We could have a presentation about what can we offer you in dynamic test, and also for more details about the different topic for static code analysis that we show along the presentation, we can also go deep inside different topics. Yeah, that's all for my part. Thank you for your attention. Yeah. And as I said, what's next? Engage with our team, our sales colleague, contact our sales. You can ask for a quote or for a trial. Me as application engineer, you can contact me. I can support you through the technical trial, and I can make further product demonstration if you like. I can also assist you even your workflow, how you can integrate policy-based in your actual workflow, or even if you want to build a new workflow. Yeah. And then to accelerate everything, we have also training that we can offer you as well as consulting, yeah, to quickly ramp up in the adoption of the tool. Thank you.